Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at my Oakley Triggerman sunglasses. If you've been watching my channel, you literally saw these on my face video after video after video, most specifically and of course in my outdoor field use videos of many different types of products, especially knives, hiking, camping, backpacking, things that had outdoor activities in sunny conditions. Literally in every single one of those videos, I had some sort of eyewear and in many cases, this pair of Oakley Triggerman sunglasses. Which needless to say, at this point, these are getting pretty beat up. And so today what we're gonna do, and I'm not necessarily gonna say an upgrade, but a full rehab with the company MRY. This here in my hands, a number of products in this box specifically for a number of different models, including this Triggerman. I have a number of different components, I have some lenses, and in today's video, we're gonna start rehabbing my very first pair, again here, the Oakley Triggerman. And so when we come back, we're going to go through this in a whole bunch of detail. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at MRY who did provide these products for review. And so the people at MRY did provide me with this box of goodies. Inside, there are a number of different components for a number of different glasses, a number of different pairs and models. And in this particular case, again, I'm talking about the Oakley Triggerman sunglasses. And that's exactly where we're going to start today, where in this particular pair of sunglasses, I have blue lenses. In this pair of sunglasses, they are polarized, and I really have beat up on these pretty good. They're still serviceable, but I wanted to get them a little refreshed, get them back on my face, clean them up, and just put them back in service. They're a plenty good pair of sunglasses, so why not treat them that way, get them back to some good quality field use. It's sunny outside, I need glasses on my face, and these are a fantastic pair, so let's get into it. And so generally speaking, I do have pretty good luck with my Oakley sunglasses. They have performed very well all in all, but they definitely get beat up. Now, I don't have any like real serious gouges in these lenses, but when you really look, they are literally completely scratched. I mean, not to the point of, again, creating any major vision issues, but enough that they just are tired, they're dirty, everything is just dingy and worn, and they need some love, they need some rehab, and that's where MRY will come into play. And so you saw me with a quick little unboxing of all this stuff. I actually had set out to get into this a couple of days ago, and then I realized I didn't quite have exactly what I needed. And the reason why I say that, and keep this in mind, every pair of Oakley sunglasses is going to have their own needs. Sometimes the lenses snap in and out, and in other cases, they do have hardware. And these had a very small star bit. These are actually like a T5 or 4. I did find that the T5 fits in here, so I had to get a small kit to allow me to actually remove the screws so I could swap out the lenses in the first place. So that was the first thing. And as we pull some of the other parts aside, those will be for videos at a later date, but you can see here a number of different lenses and whatnot. But the ones we're going to look at today are specific to the Triggerman. So here you can see these are for the Triggerman. We have the Triggerman Ice Blue AR coated polarized mirror and the Pacific Blue AR coated polarized mirrored. Now I think one of these might be a better match for the original color of the lenses. I don't necessarily care, but I did want to try them both to give you a comparison so that you can see how these look on these glasses. So if you like the blue coated lenses, there will be a couple of options here that you can choose from. So as we pull these out of the packaging, again, this one here is the Ice Blue, and then there's the Pacific Blue. So you can see actually these have a little bit of tape, and they do come fairly well protected. And as we open this up, actually you can see one lens on each side. So again, this is the Ice Blue. And then here, this is the Pacific blue, and we're going to actually look at these in a bit of a side-by-side comparison. So as we get these out, I'm just going to be a little bit careful not to get my fingers all over them, but you do end up actually with the ability to clean these up. So they did send me a cleaning cloth if I need it. And so again, yes. So as you can see here, again, this is the Pacific blue, and as we hold the Pacific blue up against the originals, that's a very, very close match. Extremely close overall. Now I can tell you that the Oakley factory lenses are not quite as dark of a tint by a little bit. So the base color might be a little bit different, but I think the actual blue highlights might be pretty darn close as we take a look at the Pacific blue. But here, the ice blue. Now you're gonna struggle. My eyes pick up on the sort of color tint very well. It's going to be hard for you to see it. As I take a look, they're a little bit brighter here. So maybe a little brighter on the MRY lenses here than the original Oakley factory. And as we take a look at them side by side, again, the Pacific blue on the right and the ice blue on the left. The ice blue are just sick. I mean, they have a real nice pop to them. They're fantastic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the Pacific blue in first, because honestly, I think I'm going to end up with the ice blue in the glasses. So we'll set these aside for now, and we'll put those in afterwards. So first, we're going to do the Pacific blue, and we're going to take a look at them and see how we like them. And so again, keep in mind, you might need a precision screwdriver set. I now am the owner of a massive precision screwdriver set because of this project. I went out and got everything I need for this project and here on out forever, because I hate more than anything being left without the tools that I need. So little magnetic dish here. I'm going to undo these screws here and get my actual glasses pulled apart. We'll pop out the old lenses. I'm going to clean everything up. Just get all the gunk and grime and all the sweat and just build up off of these. Get them good and clean so that they go back into service completely rehabbed. And that is part of this. So now with the screws removed, very simple. You'll notice that these frames simply pull apart and then the original lenses pop right out. So these will get set aside. Again, I mean, you're not going to see all the detail on camera, but quite scratched, just beat up. They've done their time and it's time to move on. So these will now get set aside, and yeah, I mean, they did their job. They protected my eyes time and time and time again. I really can't complain. Now on the inside here, everything just grimy. That's all gonna get cleaned up. So I'm gonna get some alcohol and some Q-tips, and I'm gonna clean everything up real nice. Carefully get these all cleaned up where they need to be, and these will be ready for additional field use. So yeah, so far so good. Now one thing to point out, if you are a fan of the Triggerman, these do sort of separate. So this piece here, you do have the ability to carefully pop it off and get it out. So that's going to help me aid in overall cleanup and sort of rejuvenation. So that is just something to keep in mind. So it's not terribly difficult. On the bottom of the frame here, there's just like a tiny little tab. You just kind of need to pop that tab off and out of place here, and then pull everything straight down, and it will pretty much come out of there. So pretty simple, all things considered. And so now everything cleaned up, and I do have to say, Oakley and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship. I love their glasses. I hate the nuancy things. What I'm going to say is don't use alcohol to clean this particular pair because you do end up with some flat spots. These were like completely glossy, and then the areas where some of the alcohol has now like rubbed off the main finish. That is one thing. Like, I knew that can happen with the ear socks, and I typically try to be pretty careful around the rubber because they can get odd and gummy and just strange. But I've never had that same problem with the frames, and of course at this point, well, Yeah, I probably should have just used soap and water. So a little dish detergent and water would have been a better solution. But anyway, long story short, at this point, it's time to get the MRY polarized lenses in here. Now, I'm going to be a little bit careful again, not to get my fingers all over them, but they should set into place nicely. That's going to be the test. So are these a perfect fit for my trigger man? And so far, these do look like they're going to set in nicely. So again, I'm going to basically get these put into place, the first set here, then we'll get them out for a little bit of field use because I definitely want to get a feel for these and enjoy the Pacific blue while we have them in here. One thing I can say, as I take a look, the coating on the inside is a little bit brighter as well. So that's just a little observation. On the left, the MRY, and on the right, the original Oakley. You can see a distinct difference in the actual, look at the way the light is beaming off of these, the blue of the coating on the MRY versus the clear or white sort of reflective nature of the factory Oakley lenses. Just interesting. As we take a look at how they're cut, the MRY do appear to be a little bit thicker. So on the left, again, just maybe a little bit thicker. It's hard to say. But again, as I get these set down and into place, everything should fit nicely and hopefully completely align. They do have a tendency to pop out if I'm not careful, but again, these are only the top half of the frames, so it will leverage the bottom half to get everything sandwiched and into place. And of course, I'm trying to be fairly careful and not touch them with my fingers to avoid fingerprints as much as possible. Now, taking a second little crack at this, I did find that, I'm better off maybe pushing the middle of these back together and now getting these into place, which they do seem to be a little bit thicker in material. It's hard to say, but as I get these set, they don't snap together quite as nicely. So I think these MRY lenses are just a little bit thicker. But as I take these on one at a time, hopefully everything goes back and into place without any issues. So I'm just going to go easy here, try to get everything seated, and that seems to be going fairly well. So one down. And of course, this is the part I was trying to avoid the fingerprints, but not much I can do about it. It just is what it is. And generally speaking, I think the lenses went just fine. It was the cleaning operation that has me mostly frustrated with the fact that, the nice shiny frames are now a dull matte finish, and the completely clear part of my frames are now just a little bit cloudy, but not a big deal. Which now the lenses in place does really beg the opportunity to leverage this cleaning cloth. So just going to go very careful and gentle here and clean these things up, and we'll get a good close look at them. And so now with the Pacific blue, I do have to say, that's about as close of a match to the original as I could ask for. It looks different on camera, and I'll give you that. But in person, looking at them side by side, that's a very fair and reasonable match. All things considered, I will take that. As I got these set into place, everything did basically get back and click into place nicely. They seem to fit the lenses into the frames, I'd say, very well. The lenses do seem to fit into the frames very well. I don't seem to have any problem there. And from a general quality and stylish standpoint, I think it's going to do what it needs to do. But how do they look? And how do they feel when I get them on my face? Which, yes. It's like that good old comfortable pair of slippers. You get them back on your feet and you're like, okay, all right. That good old pair of broken in boots. This is something that's familiar to me. I remember these. I remember how these feel. Very comfortable. So far, nice clarity. Inside even, pretty good. Generally speaking, I feel like these have pretty good clarity. So at this point, let's get them outside. I want to give these a little bit of field use. Let's test these out. So as we get into this on my phone, you can see this image of my dog. Now the thing about the Oakley lenses and being polarized, well, as you take a look here, you can clearly see the dog through the lens, but then at some point once I rotate these, it pretty much completely disappears. So you can't see the dog anymore. And as I rotate this back, now you can see her. That was always a difficulty with my Oakley lenses, but that is of nature of them being polarized. Now with the trigger man, we're going to kind of do the same thing here. Again, as you take a look at it through the glasses and I rotate it, it gets darker, but never completely disappears. So I feel like the polarizing on these lenses is probably a little bit less than the factory lenses, but that doesn't mean that they're not good. Again, just an observation. So let's get back out to the field. We're going to give these a go. Go. That's ready, go. Yay! Good job. Do again. And so at this point, it has been a full week of wear with the Pacific Blue. Absolutely awesome. These have literally been about perfect. I know a lens is going to be good for me when I literally forget I have the glasses on my face. They're that clear. They're that easy to see through. There's no distortion. They protect my eyes wonderfully. And not to say that I've put these through the ringer by any means, but so far they're holding up just fine. No scratches, no biffs or marks or digs or dents or scratches or anything like that. So far, very, very good. And what that means is, well, now I can swap these out. So again, at this point, going to the ice blue. So we're going to take a look at the ice blue here, and then I'll get them out into the field for some use. And I can tell you already, I absolutely love the way these look. These are sick. Yeah, man. I'm ready to hit the road. Let's go. Ice blue, baby. Ice blue. These are definitely my style. I like these a lot. Nice tint. Beautiful. Nice and clear. Perfect for driving. I need glasses when I drive. Generally speaking, these are maybe, a touch of amber in terms of the tint. They're not gray. A little bit bright. It actually brightens up things a little bit. Of course, they're sunglasses. They're, cutting down on the glare, but nice contrast overall. Nice and clear. Yeah, I like these. I do have to say, I think they're doing a real nice job with their lenses. Good quality, suitable replacements. I'll take it. I'll try to do a demonstration if I can. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but the quality of the polarized nature, I do have to say, is great. In terms of, like, color definition, and this really is nice. I mean, very, very clear, and literally enhancing my own vision, which is kind of nuts. Usually, your eyes are about as good as it gets, but in this particular case, excellent definition, very nice clarity. These are nice, very nicely done. So I'll give you the example now as you take a look, just looking straight through the windshield, but now through the glasses, that nice amber tint, that wonderful clarity. I mean, look at the clarity. As I bring this closer and closer, I know there's a little reflection of the sort of hint of blue, but that clarity is fantastic. Look at the difference. See that? Way better, in my opinion. That's super, super nice. Just beautiful. I like it. And so now, after 2 full weeks testing out the MRY lenses, all in all, very, very good. I do have to say, I know lenses are quality when I put them on my face and I just forget they're there. When I can wear my sunglasses all day long and I totally forget they're on my face, I'm just looking through them, I'm doing my business, they're keeping my eyes protected, comfortable, good quality vision with no glare, not really much in the way of scuffs or digs at this point. Durability, I will have to test. I cannot speak to the durability, but the overall clarity, I love these. I think they did a fantastic job. They fit very well. Both shades are excellent, both the Pacific blue and the ice blue. I do tend to really like the ice blue. I mean, I love the overall shade. I like the fact that the polarizing is just about perfect, and I think these just work for me. And quite frankly, I've breathed a little bit of life back into my Triggerman sunglasses, which were for the most part otherwise retired. So in that vein, very, very good. I do have to say thank you very much to the people at MRY who did provide these for review. And so if you like what you see here, do me a favor, take a look at the description box below where you can get more details. And if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there. So if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.